Gods of the Bible, the Ashtaroth and Astarti. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and served the Baals and the Ashtaroth, the gods of Aram, the gods of Sidon, the gods of Moab, the gods of the sons of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines. Thus they forsook the Lord, and served not him. In the Bible, there are many stories about how the sons of Israel abandoned God to worship other gods. But who are these gods that led the children of Israel astray? In this new series, Gods of the Bible, we will cover who these gods were, where they came from, and their effect in the Bible. Last week, we discussed the god Baal, and how Baal tried to imitate the God of Israel, the Ashtaroth. Because they had abandoned the Lord and served Baal and the Ashtaroth. The Ashtaroth are the counterpart of the Baals. As the Baals represent the title for a god, the Ashtaroth represent a title for the goddess. That would mean that there are many Ashtaroth that tempted the sons of Israel. For Solomon went after the Ashtaroth of the goddess of the Sidonians, and after Miklon, the detestable idol of the Amorites. Solomon followed Astarti and Miklon, so Solomon did what the Lord considered evil. King Solomon, the wise king of the kingdom of Judea, had fallen to the worship of the Ashtaroth. More specifically, King Solomon fell to the goddess of the Sidonians, Astarte. Astarte is the Canaanite goddess of love and war. She is often associated with the lord of the Baals, Baal, an enemy of the God of Israel. Astarte is depicted as riding a horse-driven chariot. She is often depicted as being with wings and a crown of horns. The cult of Astarte was formed in Canaan, but may have found its origins in the ancient Sumerian goddess Inanna. The cult of Astarte was spread by Canaan and Phoenician influence to Judea, Egypt, and throughout the Mediterranean. During the time of Solomon, Baal and Ashtaroth worship was not only allowed but supported by the hierarchy of Judea. Then Solomon built an illegal worship site on the hill east of Jerusalem for Chemosh and for Moloch. He did these things for each of his foreign wives who burned incense and sacrificed to their gods. Astarte's consort Baal was the storm god that in almost every way tried to imitate the God of Israel as outlined in last week's video. They have built shrines to Baal, where they burned their sons as burnt offerings to Baal. The wisest king of Israel and creator of the temple which held the Holy of Holies, Ark of the Covenant, that was ancient Judea's means to communicate with the God of Israel, built shrines and temples to the gods that delighted in the sacrifice of the most innocent children. Ultimately, Astarte is a false goddess to the Jews, as she, the fertility goddess, was not able to protect the Jews from famine, nor was she, as the goddess of war, not able to protect the sons of Israel from conquest. The children gather wood, the fathers light the fire, the women knead the dough and make cakes of bread for the Queen of Heaven. They pour out drinks offerings to the other gods to provoke me to anger. But am I the one they are provoking? Declares the Lord. Are they not rather harming themselves to their own shame? With the worship of Baal and his consort Astarte as the supreme goddess of the Canaanite pantheon, it is not God who brought to anger, but rather it is the shame of those who worship the false gods. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods. As the God of Israel states, He is a great God and a great King above all the other gods. Say this to those who worship other gods. Your so-called gods, who did not make the heavens and the earth, will vanish from the earth from under the heavens. Jeremiah's statements are true according to the words of the very gods that tempted the sons of Israel away from the God of Israel. In the Baal cycle, the Baal myth, the self-proclaimed god of the earth, Baal, and his consort, the self-called Queen of Heaven, Astarte, did not claim to have created the earth, nor heaven, they merely inhabited that which already existed. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty, he judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly, and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk in darkness. All in the foundation of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Is the threat of Astarte and Baal still around today? Did King Solomon really accept child sacrifice and build temples to the Baals and Ashtaroth? Is the threat of God telling the false gods they shall die like men in judgment of the gods going to happen? Does God being the king of gods and judging other gods mean that there are other inferior gods to God? Why is it that Solomon, who knew God and was given great wisdom by God, still built temples to gods that delighted in child sacrifice? Tell me in the comments below. And for more Supernatural History TV, like and subscribe.